Here we go. Today is the first episode of the FLASHMOB Podcast.
Here we are. Let's go.
Let's go. We here. I got the team with us. I have the one and only Samantha Howard.
Yes, sir.
Vocalist, vocal producer, artist, sing anything you needed to sing. Clear voice, clear as day. She's a photographer on the low. She don't tell people that.
Really?
Business owner. She's
No,
multi-purpose,
guys.
y'all.
No, guys.
Yes, she is.
We just had this
I have the
conversation.
pictures to prove it. Anyway, we thank God for Samantha.
We do. Thanks, guys.
Church. Real church. We have Carlton.ellen. The Carlton.ellen.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where to start, you know. He is...
I'm a humble servant. That's it. I'm a humble servant.
He is another amazing artist, first and foremost. Worship leader, bar none.
Thank you. Thank you.
You in real estate now, right, too?
Real estate, bro. I do a little. I'm like a little hustler. I just do everything.
Get into it.
That's a problem.
Bro.
And I have no life because of it. But, you know,
Go ahead,
God is
Carlton.
good.
It's okay. You gonna have money though. That's all right.
Always. And then we have...
Okay, don't worry. Do not drain me.
Last but not least, we have
Shannon.
Young. Let's give it up for Shannon Young.
Miss Get It Done.
Oh my gosh.
Miss Get It Done.
Shannon's literally Miss Get It Done. You know, she's a special educator, but she is also like one of the best administrators you can ever have. Actually, one of the best friends you could probably ever have.
She's a
like
good
just
friend.
the person you need in your corner. Like absolutely. It's probably nothing she can't do.
Nothing.
If I think I need something done and I don't know how to get it done, she's probably the first person I
Why
call.
y'all do that? I hope you don't miss up sometimes.
You know, I think my first real invoice I got done for my business, you created. Yeah. So
Fire.
that's Shannon. You know what I'm saying? My
But she
logo
not
on
cheap
the-
though, y'all.
She's
She's
not cheap.
So
No,
you
not at
gotta
all.
pay her.
Not at all.
You gotta pay
Not
her.
at all. You gotta pay.
But it's quality though.
It's super quality.
You know the bills gotta get paid.
Gotta
So.
pay her.
Speaking of which, like,
Gotta
so
pay her.
I gotta tell you why all these people are special. Like my very first encounter with them that just showed me that they were special, right? So since we on Shannon,
Okay.
Shannon is a giver, right? I want you to understand. Shannon is such a giver. I was doing a concert for Harlem Children's Zone. I think Gene Tolbert called me. Shout out to Gene. He called me to do this gig, and the drums were moving. They didn't have no carpet for the drums. The drums were moving. So wait, did Gene ask you, or did I?
No,
ask
you asked me.
So she was sitting there. So I just
I
said,
was at work, y'all. I was working.
she worked there. She was sitting there. And I said, do you mind sitting in front of the bass
He did
drum?
not say, "Do you mind?" He said, "Hey, can you sit in front of my drums?"
Okay.
Like
Maybe
what?
I did. Maybe I did. Maybe
On
I
the
did.
floor
Why
in a
you
chair.
playing?
While I'm playing.
While he's
'cause I
playing.
needed
In a
it to
chair?
stay-
In a chair.
needed to stay- She sat there that whole entire concert.
Mad awkward.
I'm like, yo.
Wait,
This-
you weren't singing?
No, I was working. I was working at Harlem Children's Zone. I had my kids with
And
me.
you sat in the drum?
I sat in front of his drum.
Like the bass? Like the,
Yes, while he played
Yeah, like
in a
it-
folding chair.
It worked.
Awkward.
We made it through the concert. It was, but
I didn't even know him
This is
then.
for SOV?
No, this was before SOV.
Yeah, before I
Who were
started
you playing for?
It was for the school, so they were they hired Gene to put together.
Oh, I know
a band.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
What type
so
of situation you're talking
but that event specifically showed me like just the type of person she didn't even know
about?
me
Oh, Shannon.
and just lended herself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Let's give it up to Shannon.
That was
Let's give it up to
rich.
Shannon.
Can I say one thing about Shannon?
Go ahead.
Yo, Shannon gives the best hand massages.
No, move.
So can I get it for like 5 seconds?
No,
Like,
Carlton,
on
no,
camera,
I'm
5
being
seconds.
professional.
On
No.
camera.
We'll go later. All right.
Yo,
Now I'm being professional.
out to your dubs.
Yeah.
So Carlton, let me tell you about Carlton,
Oh,
right?
man. Oh, man.
So, me and Carlton were always cool, right? We were always cool.
It was rough in the beginning.
Was it?
Nah, I'm playing.
Okay, I'm like, what did I do? Because
Nah, I'm playing.
we'll talk about rough later.
You see me shaking my head, right?
Oh wow.
I'm like,
No, me and Carlton were always, we'll get there. Me and Carlton were always cool, right? But when I realized Carlton was special, we were in Italy. We were doing a tour for Vincent Bohannon. A shout out to Vincent and SOV.
Overseer Bohannon.
Oh, Overseer Bohannon, right? And Carlton is singing. What's the song? What's the song he was singing on the tour?
Was it Silent Night? No.
Was it Silent?
Oh, Holy Night.
Holy Night.
Holy Night.
He's singing Oh Holy Night, right? So listen, I mean, he's giving this performance everything he got,
As he
right?
did every night.
These Italians are mesmerized. Like they don't know, they've never seen a black man like this in their life. He was the Black Sinatra, I promise you.
Oh my God.
So
what?
Gosh.
at the
Crazy.
end, he does this thing where he hits this one final note. This man dropped to his knees.
Carlton's gonna put on the show.
It's all
dropped
about
his
the
knees.
dramatics. It's all about theatrics.
Bro, he held the note for at least 10 seconds, and when he was done, just looked in the lights. I'm like, he might go blind, actually, if he keeps looking in these lights. But, and he performed, I mean, I could have sworn I saw a tear, like a real tear, and then he looked over and winked at me. On his way back. I'm like, yeah,
Wait,
he
I did that?
Yes.
Oh, I remember
I'm
that.
like,
Crazy.
yeah, I did
They're
that.
nuts.
I'm like, yeah.
Yo.
He know, he's straight.
Because Carlton's gonna put on a performance.
And the Oscar goes to.
You, chill. It goes to you.
That's
Alright,
crazy.
So let's give it up for Carlton. Special, unique individual.
Put it on. Mr.
Loud clap.
Mr. Put it on.
Then we have Samantha Howard.
I'm nervous.
Praise the praise.
Okay. So there's actually like two stories, right? I'm gonna be honest. When I first met Samantha, I was walking into a room of a group of people, you know, that loved me. Like,
Really?
They really,
You really
loved
about to
me.
tell the
I'm really
story?
about to tell the story.
But
So,
then tell them what you said too.
I'm
about to say, get them
Can
together.
you let me
Go
do
ahead.
it?
Yes, you go ahead. Go
Listen,
ahead.
so here's what happened, right? Walk into a room. This was a gig for David Mateer, right? And Samantha happened to be singing with us for this gig. Mind you, we hadn't been together in a while, like us and Dave. So it was like one of the first gigs back. And so I walk in the room. Everybody's like, "Oh, Flash is here." I'm like, "Oh, my people," right? So Dave said something along the lines of like,
Best
like,
drummer I know.
the
something
best
like
drum, like the best drummer in the city or something like that. She's like, "Well, that's subjective." I don't know this girl at this point. I'm like,
I like that, Sam.
I'm like, who? You're not supposed to
look
like
cocky.
that.
First of all,
I'm like, who is this?
I gotta interrupt you for a second because before you said that, Flash, they said Samantha, the best soprano. He was like, "Who's that? Never heard of her."
I did not do that. You know me. I'm way too nice.
And
to
you
do
know
something
me,
like
I'm a
that.
fire back, so he probably deserved that.
It just got
She
hot
made
in here,
that.
y'all.
She made that.
Hey, take
Anyway,
five.
so
Take
that's
five.
what I do. I'm like, oh, this girl's unique. I'm like, okay.
Whatever.
Right? So then fast forward, not too long ago, I want to say maybe a year, maybe a little over a year ago, Stanley Brown called us both actually to do BB Winans live at the Apollo.
It was Jacqueline first.
Was it Jacqueline first?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Jacqueline?
Mm-hmm. It was Jacqueline first, and probably in this area, Jacqueline, and then it was BB.
Well, this is where I knew she was like really special. I knew she was dope, right? When I knew she was special, she called her to do BB, right? And we had band rehearsal. When I mean she came in following band rehearsal, knowing everybody's part to the T.
Crazy.
It like, I hadn't seen that in a very, very long time. Had the whole squad just super, super tight, like notepad, pen, whatever. BB walks in the first rehearsal for the first time. Nothing to say. And the girl wasn't even singing. She had the team together like that. And I was like, wow. Mind you, she got called last minute. How many days was it?
It might have been 1 or 2.
Like 1 or 2 days, probably like 15 songs.
It was 18 songs.
18 songs.
Like that.
18 songs.
18 BB songs.
What are we talking about?
That's a lot of like.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And it like we were in similar boats, right? For reasons we won't disclose. However, what I will say is that at that very moment, I'm like, okay, her work ethic is different because there are people who are super, super talented and super, super gifted, but it's another level. It puts you in another space when you're able to perform under pressure and lock in like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I must give you credit and credence. The
Thank
one
you.
and only.
Thanks, guys.
Yo, can I give a quick story real
Go
fast?
ahead.
Yo, wait,
Let's do it.
that's about Sam though. It's about.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. So, I put out a record, right? I put out a single, right? I was in the studio. When it's my turn to do my part, I gotta do like 20 takes. We be in it for hours. She was featured on the song, right? Yo, she came in that day, did it one take in like 30 seconds, and was done. I mean, and killed it. We was all like, excuse me?
No,
Yo,
legit.
she is, when I say professional, like, she knows what she's doing, for real.
Thank
real.
you.
Yeah.
She knows for real.
You're not
Thank
the, yo,
you.
You're not the only person who said that.
I love
You
all this
just-
clapping. This is so
like,
church.
I mean, like, no, we gotta give it up. You ever watch Drink Champs? They just clap it up after everything.
Facts.
No, seriously. All right, so let's get into the conversation real quick. Today's episode is gonna be about fresh starts.
It starts.
Fresh starts. Every now and again, we are put in predicaments, sometimes willingly, sometimes unwillingly, where we have to start over. So Shannon, give me a moment in time where you had to start over.
Ooh. I'll pick moving back to New York.
Okay.
That was a big start over for me. Because not only was I leaving my 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Jersey that I love so much, but I also made the decision.
You had some good times there, too.
Yeah, very fun. But I also made the decision to give away my dog just because, like, I was now here by myself and he needed me and I wasn't home enough. And that was very hard. And so he was my emotional support animal too. So can you think about like just giving away your emotional support animal is crazy. It's like the opposite of like, you know, his actual purpose. But that's the time that I can think of.
That was the house with the pool, right?
Yeah, this one has a pool too.
I do? Oh. You live here?
I just want to put it out there.
I thought we were in the studio.
First of all,
Carlton,
it's her business.
Shannon got money, y'all.
This is the beautiful couch.
Actually, you did tell her first. You did say this one has
Yeah.
a pool too. You did. That was you.
He tried to make it seem like I don't know who more. And I like that.
Yo, I feel like fresh starts, like, you ever been forced into it though? Like,
Yeah, when I quit cook.
oh,
Remember I quit my job so I can finish school because I had to pay for school.
Listen, I mean, COVID was a fresh start for a lot of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Talk about it.
With friendships, with like where you lived, all of that.
Some of us had to switch gears. I had to become a videographer, photographer, everything, media director to make money.
Yeah.
Like that's not mine that I'm gonna talk about, but that's definitely one that we can all relate to.
So then what was your fresh start? You feel like?
My fresh start my fresh start. I had a couple. Okay, so I was doing R&B, like actual R&B, like raw R&B. Like,
Okay.
we
Go
baby
ahead.
drop on.
Yo,
And it's so crazy because I made it through a couple genres, but like R&B, pop, like neo soul, like those are kind of like, you know, you can kind of get away with not having to completely rebrand. But then shifting from like R&B to gospel was a rebrand, but it wasn't as hard because people knew I was in church already. So it was just like, oh, you're coming to Christ. Come on, daughter. So, you know, I did gospel. And then I moved my way into, I moved from CCM to traditional gospel, and people kind of like was not believing me. So I had to brand that way. Then I kind of like had my staple as, oh, she's the churchy girl, which I'm not the churchy girl. But you know, whatever you brand yourself as, that's what people think you are. So they're like, she's a churchy girl. And then my producer was like, we're going to go this route. And I started doing like a contemporary Christian music. And I'm like, I literally just got them to believe that I can do churchy. Like, I got them to believe that I'm this person. And I had to rebrand and just become Christian R&B Samantha. So that was hard because it's like the pictures you take, the videos you take, the stuff you talk about, what you put on your page, the type of jokes that you make. Like, it's really a hard rebrand. And I literally rebranded for a whole year. While I was still doing the churchy stuff, I slowly like transitioned into this urban space. So now people see me as Urban Samantha. When, to be honest, it's all me. And that's kind of like what I'm pushing right now. Like, it's all me. We can be all these different things and still be our true authentic selves. A lot of people try to make us feel like we have to choose one specific thing, try to make you feel like if you're this thing, then you're not that. And it's like, no, I can be all of these things, and all of these things make up me. It might not make up you, and I don't got to be like you, but this is who I am. So I'm kind of like in that space. But I'm still in my rebranding era, but that to me was like starting over, because it's like ripping apart everything everybody thought I was. And but yeah, so I'm still in it. And
We love churchy Samantha.
see what I'm saying?
Y'all ever heard her drive?
Any version of Samantha that she loves. Like,
Y'all ever heard her drive a song? I heard you do Lord over my life.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You be going in. You like churchy Samantha too, though.
But like that's the thing. Like, I can literally do so many things, and that's that's my gift, and God gave that to me. God gave me. So like my rebrand now is not necessarily like, look at me, I'm Urban Samantha. My rebrand is like, guys, I actually can do all these things. Like, God gave me that gift.
multifaceted.
I'm multifaceted, and people try to sometimes make, like, people in the past have tried to make me feel like I couldn't be that. They tried to make me feel like I was a fake, or I'm a phony, or I'm trying to be nothing. Like, it's all me. God gave it to me. They're my gifts. I can sing country. I could be Dolly Parton. I could be Beyonce. I could be Jill Scott. I could be Kelly Clarkson.
Say it with your chest.
Who do you want me to be today?
Yeah.
Like, that he gave me that voice, and I'm able to more. It's a gift, you know.
For sure.
Which is why I love singing background vocals. I love to like mimic different things. You heard my radio announcer voice today.
Yo, the craziest thing I ever heard. I'm like, oh, I already know what kind of kid she was.
So it's like I'm rebranding in order to push that message forward. So that was kind of hard. It's still kind of hard because people are kind of like, girl, what you doing? But it's cool. It all will make sense soon.
I will say, though, it takes a certain level of self-belief. You know what I'm saying? To say, you know.
And dedication.
Yeah, and just not to get lost in what people decide they want to box you into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because oftentimes people just want to be able to say, oh, yeah, I know him or her. She's this, you know, because that makes them comfortable. People are uncomfortable with the unknown.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like they choose to say, all right, yeah, Samantha, she's just this, and this is what she does, and this is how she does it. And it's up to you to break the mold. Otherwise, we'll never know, right? It's just like somebody saying, if I woke up today and said, oh, yeah, Target sells McDonald's. You be like, no, they don't. I never seen that until
You go there.
you go and you see a McDonald's there.
And you're like, and it's good.
Exactly. So it's like, but you have to actually, the company itself has to say, I'm going to do this first. And you have to do it in a convincing manner, right? Conviction is like such a real thing, right? When you're performing or when you're singing or when you're doing whatever you're doing, people invest in you when they believe in you. They have to believe in whatever you're doing. That's the root word of conviction, is convince, right? So if you can't convince me, then can you really do it? But then also some people want to be in denial of the fact that you're more than what they conceptualize you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All true.
Yeah.
and, I mean, I can speak from my personal experience, you know, depending on who I'm playing with the longest, people try to box me into that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for a while, it was like all the records that people were sending me were churchy bump records. I'm like, bro, I'm not playing another shout song ever. Like, if you send me a shout song, I'm not playing. Just forget about it, bro. I'm like, that's just not what I want to do. But that's because they were seeing me running around with Vincent all the time.
No, but that's the same thing with me. Like, and the same thing that you were saying. Like, everybody calls me to do like a drive to a song, like especially like a shout song or like a
because they
like
like,
an upbeat.
I want that. That's
Yeah,
what they say.
they see me. Everyone see me do like, you know, one thing, and then it's like you do that one thing, you do it well, and then that's all they know you
think
as.
you do.
But they don't know that, you know, you can do other things as well.
That's the thing about branding. You just got to present yourself.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know they like something unless you
They see it,
unless you give it to them. And our job as artists is to sell something or sell things to people that they don't know that they need it or they want it.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a very unique position because you guys are all like creatives in your own right. I guess people like to say I'm a creative, but I don't believe that. But anyway,
You are.
Debatable.
are.
But I think for me, a lot of it came in ministry, just serving in my church. Like, people only knew me to like sing on the choir, sing with the praise team. And so I quit the praise team. I was like, I'm done. And then they was like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm like, you guys act like I can't just come to church. Like, I have to do something. But of course, because I was raised in the church, I have to do something.
Right.
And so I joined the AV team.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm finding.
Wait, recently?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm just looking at like
yeah.
this is the story like this happened back in the day.
No. This happened recently. Like, I quit the race team in like August.
Recently.
It was recently. And then I joined the
What's
AV
the
team.
AV team?
Audio visual. So
Wait,
like
no way, Carlton.
he only sings.
No.
I stay away from that.
No.
I stay away from all that.
But you're a whole artist.
It's no way.
Carlton
He
do
just
better.
No,
Carlton just
I stay
sings.
away from all that. Yo, when we
Nah,
do,
hold on, wait, what was AV?
No, so anything audio, like with the sound,
I
and then
got
like
you,
the
I got you.
videos and the visuals and stuff like that. So once I started doing
Yo, wait,
that
when
stuff,
we go on tour?
Carlton, I'm talking.
Oh, go ahead, all right, go
You
ahead.
know you hear me.
Wait, it's about AV.
If you hear my voice, clap once.
It's about AV.
If you hear my voice,
No,
clap
you gotta
twice.
wait until I'm
Wait,
done.
2 seconds.
You have to wait.
Yeah, we do this all the time.
have
2
to-
seconds.
You can wait.
Yo,
You're
roll
a
fast. When we
teacher.
go on tour.
You're a teacher.
Who does
Yeah,
all
you
the?
hear my voice,
Who does
clap
all the
once.
technical-
That's still
the technical
talking.
If you
stuff?
hear my voice,
Who
clap
doesn't sound?
clap
Me.
twice.
This one. Yo, we
I
don't
do
do
everything.
nothing.
I know. That's what you wanted to interrupt my whole story to say.
The floor is yours.
It's been mine. Anyway, people in my church.
Yup, I'm
Is that?
The floor is
They limited me to
Okay.
just singing on the praise team. And so now they see me doing more and they're like, oh, you're doing this. You can do this too. I'm like, y'all, it's a lot of things that I do. They don't even know that I do like admin stuff. Like it's like they don't know who I am. And I've been at this church since I was a young lad. And so, it just speaks volumes to like the whole people boxing you in, and now it's like my responsibility to show them that like I do way more than just sing on a praise team. Like they didn't know I worked with Vincent. People didn't like someone questioned.
Oh, they didn't know that. That's
They
crazy.
didn't. They questioned could I throw together like an event. They're like, have you ever dealt with a lot of people? And I'm like, anniversaries. We like, and they're like, oh, you do that? I'm like, yeah, girl, that's me. And so like it's me and a team, but like it's me.
Met Gala.
Yeah, like we be doing stuff. And so I think now like God is also challenging me to like showcase what He's given me and my like the abilities that He's given me as well.
Rebrand.
And that's hard because it's uncomfortable.
That's
for
a
me.
fresh start for real.
No,
For real.
Yeah,
It-
it's uncomfortable.
It's definitely hard. It was
Carlton,
crazy.
what was your first start?
Yo, man. No, I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm just nervous. But nah, yo, my first start. Stop laughing, Shannon, because I'm about to get serious. Okay. So my first. I'm so sorry. Wait, I'm getting serious.
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead.
You're getting
Right.
serious.
Cause you distracted me. So yo, my first start moment, bro, was actually when during the pandemic when my pastor died, bro. Told you it was serious.
Shannon.
And she.
No way. There's no way.
Shannon, yo, wait.
No, I'm not.
Shannon,
I know you're not laughing at
Shannon,
us.
he just said his pastor
It's
died.
just him. It's just him. It's
But-
Carlton.
It's really cold.
It's just really Carlton.
Okay.
It's not his pastor.
Whoever
Wait,
hit-
we got.
We're definitely not
whoever
laughing.
his pastor's family is, we are so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
We
No,
love
okay.
you.
No,
Wait, no, wait. Okay,
Okay.
backtrack.
I really gotta grow up.
Don't edit her out. So yo,
Not don't edit her out.
So yeah, my pastor died, and yo. Shannon.
Just keep talking.
Okay, all right. Hold up. Let me
It's
look at
Shannon,
you.
bro.
Okay. Cause I'm trying to be serious, Shannon.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. Good stuff.
Okay. Ask me the question.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
So Carlton, what was that like first start for you?
Bro. So yo, my pastor. Shannon, you can't do that.
Just keep going.
He can't keep going.
Do
Shannon.
that.
Okay, I'm really trying, but you keep talking to me.
Okay, you know what? I'm not even talking about that. Let's talk about something.
It's-
All right, I'm gonna change it.
No, don't change
It's
it.
just you
No,
talking
say your
back.
first start.
Alright,
Say your first start.
All right, so my pastor died in 2020, and I've been a part of that ministry my whole life. So I had to make decisions and to like leave that ministry and move forward in other ministries.
For sure.
That was pretty tough because I'm the kind of person like I don't like change. I don't like change. I'm kind of a routine kind of person. So to like branch off to different ministries in different areas was challenging for me. But that definitely was a fresh start for me in 2020.
So did you feel? Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you were forced to, or do you feel like you Well, were you did you do it begrudgingly, or was it more of a?
No, honestly, just like with my pastor dying, and then the church kind of just on standstill for a minute. That kind of left me at standstill. So other ministries reached out to me and said, "Hey, you know, can you do this? Can you do that?" And that kind of just had me kind of put my old church to the side, and I really haven't really kind of been back since because of the situation. So I guess it was kind of forced, but it was hard. Even now it's hard.
It's a hard decision to make.
Yeah, even like to see them now, and yeah, it's a hard
transition is always hard, bro.
Yeah.
Because honestly, people don't always see or hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're trusting God, and you're like, all right, I hear you, God. This is what I have to do. But other people know you to be and to do this for them in this space. So to see you anywhere else is almost blasphemy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times that's happened with me. You know, to where I know what I'm purposed to do, I know what I'm supposed to do, but to someone else, because it's unfamiliar or uncomfortable, they second guess it, right? And
they try to discredit you.
Yes. And now it puts me in a place, I'm gonna be honest, I thought about it, I'm like, I don't think I've ever really had a completely fresh start. And I feel that way because there was always residue of the last in my next.
That's good.
I can see that.
I like that.
Yeah.
The
That's
residue.
good.
Always. Like, always. So it puts me in a place of, like, thinking, is that my fault? Because am I doing it for my own personal comfort, where I bring something from the old
Probably.
into the new?
Yeah.
Probably.
To have some sense of like familiar. Yeah.
Exactly. And, you know, I think a great thing for all of us to do is self-assess, right? Sometimes we wait to hear others' opinion of us, or like, you know, we bounce ideas up, and that's great, you know what I'm saying? We need a community, but really self-assessing, taking yourself out of body experience and looking at yourself. What can I do better? What have I done? I try to do that a lot because I want to maintain a level of, I call it staircase living, always elevating. You know what I'm
I like
saying?
that.
Always having a trajectory.
Staircase living. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I was talking to our engineer over there, Jay Karnell. Shout out.
Jay.
I was talking to
AB.
him.
I love that. You're
learned a new word
applying
today.
it. Yes.
No, legit.
He's just the A though.
It's all right. Just
Oh yeah.
She
With
was
an AS?
yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Back what?
Sorry.
Anyway,
Wait.
we not even doing this content.
silly.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Yo.
He alone.
I was talking to Jay because we're gonna be stuck.
Yes.
I was talking to Jay, and we were talking about my personal trajectory from pandemic, right? The pandemic happened. Right before the pandemic happened, Jason was actually teaching me how to use, was it Ableton first? It might have, Jay, was it Ableton? You can say yes. It was Ableton first, and then this was pre-pandemic, so maybe a year before the pandemic hit. And then going into the pandemic, I learned Pro Tools. But like, I'm a hyper learner, so if you teach me something, I'm gonna go home.
You about to hone in on it. Yeah.
Bro, I have an
I can be that way.
addictive personality. I possibly could have almost ruined his marriage because I was calling him all times of the night.
Oh my God.
Yo, how do you work it?
You're a guy,
How do
though.
you-
You're a guy.
It doesn't
annoying.
matter. Like, that's annoying.
That's annoying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, Jason, I'm so sorry. Like, you can answer me like, yo, what?
So
Like,
if you was
yo, you have the notes, like, da-da-da-da-da.
What's your
No.
if you was married and your husband was getting a phone call from his brother or whatever at 2 a.m., you gonna be upset?
Honestly, no, not me. I do music.
So then why
Because
you
I'm
so-
about to say, because she's a worker. She works.
She's a workaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you
You're
call
gonna
it,
have to learn
like,
balance,
yo, bro,
though.
the mix, the
It's not about you,
I'll be
though,
like,
right now,
yeah,
but yeah.
does it sound good? I'm chime in. We gonna all be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right, cool.
Anyway.
But we don't know what his life background is, so that's where everything is.
No,
different.
legitimately, though. So, like, me having that addictive personality, it went from that to I transitioned from my home church in the pandemic to be somewhere else. And that transition was a little murky, if I'm being honest. But in that, me being at that church, I was like, yo, I'm gonna give this just as much effort as I give any artist I'm ever working with. I'm gonna just do it, right? To the point where it ended up creating a relationship with Pastor McClurkin or whatever, to where he asked us to go to Africa with him, right? Me and my brothers, Sean. I think it was Sean, Drew, and Quan. Shout outs. It was supposed to be James too, but James couldn't go.
Who misses the opportunity to go to Africa?
This is what I'm saying.
James Joyner. It was a long story.
Donnie promised
can't
me
be
a
that
trip to
busy.
Africa. I was available. He didn't call me.
No, it was our
way.
first time going
Okay,
to Africa.
I would've
It was Lagos. But here's the thing. He asked me, God has to forgive me. He asked me, he said, can you put this show together? I said yes, and I did not know how to. I said yes, and I did not know how to.
That'd be me.
Baby,
with
let me
everything.
tell you, I learned this lesson from Sheldon. He said, say yes, learn how to do later.
Yeah.
That's
Literally.
Sheldon Ray taught me that.
Sheldon is a great one.
He said, say yes now, figure it out.
That's literally
Show
like
up knowing how to do the job.
that's why I think I know how to do everything. I do not. But like, as long as there is a Google out there and a book that I can read, I will figure it out.
No,
With the help of the Holy Spirit.
legitimately.
Thank you, Jesus.
So like I said yes, I lied. God knows my heart. I was speaking prophetically. You know.
Sorry,
You didn't
sorry
lie.
to those.
You was
that he
I
lied
was
to.
speaking, I was speaking about my future
They
self.
might
Yeah.
be listening to you right now, so he's sorry for
That's
lying.
fine.
Guys.
He'll be alright.
He's
He
sorry.
wasn't lying.
He's sorry for
He'll
lying.
be alright. He
He's
loves
sorry.
him now.
He's sorry. He's sorry.
He was calling who he is now into existence.
He's sorry.
Literally.
Look at him now.
You gotta
He's
speak
sorry.
it.
You made an educated wish.
Jay said I made an educated wish.
He's sorry.
Exactly.
And he had the support system
sorry.
to make it happen.
Exactly. So
This
what
is
I did,
faith.
what I did was I said, okay, who can help me? Jason. Went to Jason's house, bought everything I needed to buy. Went to Jason's house. All right, we're doing a day tutorial. Let's get it done. 3-4 hours, maybe 3. I knew how to put it together, edit my stems. You know what I'm saying? Add what I needed to add to it, recreate it, or whatever. Again, that hyper learning in me. So we went to Africa. And this is a show called The Experience. 10,000 people in the room, 20,000 outside, huge screens outside, whole bunch of people there, right? So again, my very first time doing all of this.
That's crazy.
In this moment.
That's crazy.
Then come to find out, the equipment wasn't compatible. So I had to rework that on my own. I tried to FaceTime Jason. Tried to FaceTime him. The Wi-Fi was all janky. It wasn't working.
God.
I had to figure this out on my own.
Yo.
You
I
know
was
what
about
I'm
to
saying?
find out you was a fraud.
And then one thing I do, I never want to make artists uncomfortable or like shaky. So I didn't even tell Donnie any of this was going on. You know what I'm saying? So between me, Drew, and Quan and Sean, we just talked it through. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Had to like completely finesse it. But again, that transition into me now doing that. Donnie, okay, so after I did that for Donnie went and spoke to Stanley. And told Stanley, hey, I got these guys, you know, they're really good at what they do, blah, blah, blah. Stanley shows up. He's like, you know, I saw you, you know, with Vincent and everything, but I didn't know you can like do this other stuff too. You know? So
It's because you couldn't.
yo, I'm just saying. So it went from that to, all right, meet me at the church Thursday. Meet him at the church, have a long conversation. He has an interview at the church. He says my name in the interview, just talking about one of the people that are coming up from the city. And then after that interview, proceeds to, who did he call? He called BB. He said, yeah, I got this kid you got to take on tour. You have to. And that matriculated to multiple calls from this person, from that person. But it was simply because me having to make that move to put myself on my own trajectory, because nobody's going to do it for me. Imagine if I waited for someone else to put me on.
Right.
You know, you can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it yourself. Well, you don't have. I take that back. You don't have to do it yourself. But if you wait, you never know.
Yeah, you don't
if
know.
those
It's gonna be a missed opportunity.
You know what I'm saying?
If you gotta bet on anyone, bet on yourself.
Every time. Every time.
All the
But
money.
fresh starts are needed. I think that for the first time, I'm having my very first fresh start because my Instagram is
Hacked.
bad.
I was like, what is Flashy posting?
I mean, he went down.
Yeah. I was like,
bad.
oh my gosh,
I'm like,
what's
wait,
going
I
on
bought
over
a
there?
blue. What was it? A blue?
A blue Porsche.
Porsche.
I
baby.
bought a blue Porsche.
You bought a blue
I looked
Porsche.
at my phone. I said, "Oh, God is blessing."
He got $33 million in his bank account. They
I
said.
was like,
Man,
yo,
let me tell you something.
Mill is crazy.
The day after you got it back in and they went back in, they posted and took a picture from his page and posted it on like it was
The
on
screen
his lock.
say, I said I
They
never
posted
seen
like
this
it was on
picture.
his lock screen. I don't know where they got the picture
Yeah,
from.
bro.
They must have went to
Where you
his
get that-
Facebook.
where you got
have
that picture?
Wells Fargo.
Baby.
Yo, I literally was like, I didn't know about this. He didn't tell me he got a new car. We talk about a lot. He didn't tell me
But you know,
about it.
I just got a new car actually, but it's not
Not
a
that.
Porsche. I just got a Benz, like a.
So what happens when you log in? Like, what happens?
He can't log in.
I can't log in.
You can't see nothing.
He's hacked. He can't
I'm
get
hacked.
in.
I can't get in. So at this point,
You got to write Meta.
Oh, he did that.
no, I did that. Trust me.
I don't
We
really
did- we
know.
did it
Don't
all.
listen to me. I
We
don't know
did it
nothing.
No, you do know. You
They
do
do
have
that.
to write meta. It's just
They need a customer
I'm
service
gonna let him.
number.
I'm gonna let him tell it.
Like
For real.
I can't even really get into all of it, but I will say.
Meta, you need a customer
No,
service number.
they do need a number though. They do need a number. You're right.
Yeah.
Y'all need a
Instagram,
number.
Meta, you need a number.
I need a number,
Uber too. Y'all not really. Like,
or else we all
get
go
to
on
that later.
TikTok.
Uber to go
officially.
crazy.
But yeah, this is my officially supposed to be my fresh start.
Fresh start.
You know what I'm saying? And
This is also something new, and that's not, you're
Yeah.
not bringing the old and, well, we're
and I
older
feel
people,
like
but,
you know, a couple of people call me. A few people call me and were very encouraging. Shout out to Shawan Andrews.
Period.
Shout out to Bart Orr, of course, Jay. Just, you know, encouraging me. We actually were getting ready. Chris Bender, who's in the room right now. We get into
Okay.
you. Right? Take it easy.
I was
Take
like,
it
what's
easy.
going on with my throat?
Chris Bender. Actually, when my account got hacked, I was getting ready. I was preparing to go into Candlelight, which is my church's
Very big performance.
very big. Yeah, it's like a very big production, Christmas production. And I couldn't even think straight. Chris kept, well, put your phone down. Like, it's like just kind of trying to censor me and just get me out of that headspace. Yesterday, I was in a funk.
Oh, you was sad about it?
I was so bad. Sam will tell you. Sam will tell you. Like, I was bad to the point
glad she
where.
cool.
But she's such a good friend. She's such a good
rubbed his
friend.
back. He
I was like, yo, I'm about to leave the house. She came with me shopping, like everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
Say thank you. Say thank you.
I did multiple times.
Oh, okay.
She said she meant like on camera.
But I believe God is going to give you double for your trouble.
I think so. I
Triple
believe
your
so.
followers.
Wait, you was about to say you cut yourself off.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Samantha.
There you go.
So vain. All right.
So he's saying it's crazy.
All right. Are we all right? All right. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yo.
All right. Cool. So, I guess this is our first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel good.
I feel good.
I really thought you was gonna go into the story about the man and seeing his face, and cause that's the story
What man?
Oh, that's a whole story.
of how he got hacked, like that whole process.
You saw his face?
Oh yeah.
Of who
That's what I'm
hacked it?
saying. Like it was.
Yeah, it was a
That he
Nigerian
tried.
man.
He
Young boy.
He dragged it.
He dragged it back.
He really dragged it.
Wait, how you get to see who?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He posted in my close friends. Somebody screenshot it. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we all have shoes on, and Shannon's the only one.
Why are you doing
Can you
that?
put the
No.
camera on her feet?
No.
She has no shoes on.
Colton.
This whole 30 minutes. Everybody put their feet up. Come on, Shannon.
This is FlashMob.
Come on, Shannon.
Colton, I was about to say something, but the Holy Spirit is working.
These
So I
are
was
my
about to say was
friends.
not
This
going to
is
be
the
funny
mob.
to you, but funny to me.
We are out. Love you.
You better
Peace.
thank God for the Holy Ghost.
I love him.
We done.